What is it, Alatreon?
I have a plan to make sure no one will hunt me.
What is it? Is it make Eschaton judgment bullshit? Is it be too hard for anyone to try? Is it be the black dragon god you are?
No. It's make my armor so bad no one will farm it!
No! You madman! Hello, my fellow hunters! How are you enjoying Alatreon, our new blazing black dragon overlord? Well, I'll show you how I'm enjoying him. Yeah. Though I can't deny the fight is incredible, but what may be less than incredible is his armor. See, that 2-set bonus, that Alatreon divinity, that converts your elemental resistance into your elemental damage. A cool idea and concept, but let's find out just how worthwhile it actually is, because today it's time for some serious Alatreon maths. It's more fun than it sounds. It is. So, the 2-set bonus then, convert your resistance to your elemental damage. The Alatreon Greatsword at its final rank as 810 Dragon Element. Now, this is bloated, as all attack and element values are in World/Iceborne. With element, it's a simple ×10, so your actual element on the weapon here is 81. Though, to keep things simple, we'll just use the bloated value because it tells the same story. So that story begins then with the 2 pieces of Alatreon armor I'm wearing to test this. They come with a grand combined total of 16 elemental resistance. 6 on fire, 6 on ice, and 4 on dragon. Now this already by itself has pumped our 810 dragon element to 820!
Are you serious?
So, yeah, not the most climactic of stats, but you know, hey, an extra 1 dragon element for just wearing the armor, okay. So how specifically then does adding more resistance convert? Well, adding level 1 for another +6, adding level 2 for another +12 doesn't do anything, doesn't matter which elemental resist you choose. However, once we get to the full level 3, which is +20, we get another +10. So at this point it's easy to say that, well, every 20 elemental resist we get an extra 10 bloated element on our weapon. And no, it doesn't change anything if you use the resist which matches the element on your weapon. The ratio seemingly stays the same. However, it's not that simple, because if you get rank 4 defense, which comes with it, +3 to each of your resistances, well, that's a grand total of +15, and that indeed adds your +10 elements. So now we're thinking, okay, well, every 15 elemental resist we gain is equal to +10 bloated element on our weapon? Though this again gets a little bit muddied, because if we put in a level 3 elemental resistance for +20, that adds the expected 10. But then if we add another 12, a level 2 in another resistance, which is a grand total of +32, i.e. 2 lots of 15, which we would now imagine to be a +20, it isn't. Though, to complicate matters further, if you have level 2 of one resist and level 1 of another added, which is a grand total of +16, you do get the 10. So it seems very kinda weird what it gains from what. If we then do a final little test of eat for elemental resist large, then we have gained 15 in every elemental resist, which is a total of 75, which we would understand to give a +50 as that is 5 times 15. And we know that 15 from defense rank 4 was enough for a plus 10. So 5 times 15 should be plus 50. Except it's plus 40, which implies it's every 18-ish amount of elemental resistance. So it seems like the source of the resistance, what is granting it, i.e. food, or different skills, or your armor, applies different amounts of elements. But the catch-all, the TLDR takeaway here, is that every 15 to 20-ish elemental resistance, you get plus 10 bloated element on your weapon, or plus 1 true. So, however you slice it, it's very much tiny. And to really hammer home how tiny it is, behold! Rank 3 in every resistance for plus 100! Rank 6 defense for plus 25! Eating for element resist large for plus 75! 2 bits of space armor for plus 20! 3 set Alatreon for another 20%! A grand total of 294 elemental resistance! Enough to turn anyone into an elemental god! Fear my! It's plus 150 element, 150 element from all of this investment. It's 150 element. So to put it in perspective, you can gain that 150 element, for example on this greatsword, by just having level 5 dragon attack, and then you're done. So it's either 23 ranks of skills plus food, or 5 ranks of dragon attack. It's not great, guys. It's not super effective here, really. The interesting thing is, though, at plus 294 total elemental resistance, it is, as I said, plus 150 element, which lends more support to the idea that it's every 20 element gives a plus 10, as that is nearly 15 lots of 20, just shy 14.7. But we know from earlier testing that lots of 15 apply it too, so again it's kinda murky. But what you need to really take away from this is that using Alatreon 2 set for more elemental damage is not really worth the investment. Now, of course, in a lot of cases, having plus 6 elemental attack doesn't reach your elemental cap, so you could then use the Alatreon 2 set bonuses to keep pushing it further, but even in that instance, that's not as effective as just using Namiel element acceleration for another 2 set, and that doesn't get used because it's just not good enough. So you're still going to be using crit element and then just your elemental attack. It's just not worth the colossal amount of skill investment, which is very, very much a shame. This set then probably is not designed for people who want to do more elemental damage. It's for people who want to be really elementally tanky, and then they get a bit of damage to mitigate the investment in being that elementally tanky. So, there you go, guys. That is my deeper look into this skill, and sadly, I don't think, really, the Alatreon armor can be redeemed, at least in an offensive manner. Defensively, well, we'll see. Watch this space. I am very much putting something together, and if it works, it's going to be incredible. But don't worry about farming the hell out of him for your elemental builds, because you just don't need to. Like if you enjoyed this, subscribe for more, and I will see you soon. Goodbye.
Rage Gaming with the video float.
But that's all that's really relevant at the mo, but I'm still gonna leave this up so you patrons know that I love you even though the outro's no longer that kind of relevant. But the new one's being worked on and it's gonna be a truly badass song, and don't worry, I won't be doing any rapping on it. I'm gonna go now. This was shit.